Today, we're going to be discussing Palia's romance options, but not the ones in the game. We're going to be discussing which characters we wish we could romance. Here are the top NPCs you can't romance yet. Hello cozy people, my name is Dane, and this is the Blanket Fort. And I love Palia. Palia is an open world MMO with a lot of cozy elements, and like any good cozy branded game, it needs romance. Palia currently offers 11 romance options. Some romance options require higher friendship levels than others, but most characters only need level 3 friendship in order to unlock the romance route. However, we're not going to talk about them. We're going to break down the characters that I and the rest of the Palia community have been asking to be able to romance. I will say that Sifu has already been announced as the next romanceable character, so we don't need to talk about her. The only thing that I will say is it's about time. She is amazing. She is the blacksmith. She is such a powerful character, such a powerful female character, and I am absolutely ecstatic and excited to know what her romance dialogue and story is going to be. So let's get to it. And don't forget to hit that lovely little like button and subscribe for more cozy content. First on the list is Zeki. Zeki is one of the most popular characters in Palia. He's snarky, quick-witted, and has a little bit of a tragic backstory from growing up connected to the Grimalkin cartels. He is extremely charismatic, but keeps things extremely close to the chest. Since the beginning, people have theorized and thought about what a romance with Zeki would look like, and I think it would be full of laughs, tears, and a lot of love. While Zeki does have this protective shell around him, created from his years with working with the crime syndicates, we do see so many instances where he shows the amount of care that he has in him. He still sends letters to his mother, which is a taboo for Grimalkin culture. Usually as soon as you leave home, you cut off all ties to your family, but he'll write and he'll ask about family recipes, but he'll try to keep it all sly and, oh, I just want to sell off the food, but his mom knows. His mom knows that deep inside he actually does long for that little bit of home. He is an inventor and works on flow machines and has a lot of respect for fellow inventors. He especially has a lot of care for Najima. She has a really touching quest that Zeki sends you on, and it's these little moments that show you that Zeki on the exterior is a little rough around the edges, but I think seeing him open up into a romance would be really fun. And Zeki has definitely shown appreciation to the player for all of the times we kind of save his bacon. So please, Singularity 6, let me romance Zeki and heal his criminal roots. I can definitely fix him. The next NPC on our list may be a little unconventional, but no less valid. Hekla is a Galder, a type of artificial creature or golem that was created by the ancient humans, and she resides in Palia and takes care of Gina. Hekla is found following Gina and is extremely careful and a huge caregiver, and it's very rare to find her separated from Gina. While Hekla doesn't fully understand human emotions or attachment, she does carry a huge amount of motherly love. She has a very strong maternal instinct and can be found humming old nursery rhymes. Romance with Hekla could actually be really sweet. Einar, another Galder in the game, is romanceable, and while his route focuses on showing him that not everything in life needs purpose, Hekla's route could be a little bit of a different perspective. Hers could be about shifting care from not only from Gina and others, but kind of finding purpose in caring for herself. Even within her friendship route, we see a change in how she talks to the player and kind of addresses us, and her dialogue no longer solely focuses on Gina, but she starts to express that genuine pleasure at talking and seeing the player. Both Galder have strict programming, but their romances can center on pushing past that and letting Hekla become her own person and seek out what she needs. Many of the NPCs in Palia are younger, and there's nothing wrong with finding new love, but a large part of the community is actually kind of millennials or a little bit older, and there has definitely been interest for years in having older love interests. Shane is one of those options. He is the spiritual leader in Kilima, and he runs the local apothecary. Shane is a beacon of acceptance, care, and comfort, both for the game characters, but also for a lot of players. I've seen so many posts online about people who connect with him, even though they may not be religious, or maybe it's just the energy that Shane brings can be very comforting. And I think it's very interesting on Singularity 6's part to include a religious character, but they handle it so gracefully. Shane remains open and thoughtful and never passes judgment on the character, even if you choose dialogue options that are kind of non-spiritual or don't really give into that kind of belief. And he isn't there to pass that judgment or force conversion or anything like that. I think in the beginning, Shane was added just for that extra world building, to bring in Magi, to bring in the dragons, to bring in kind of the thoughts and the feelings behind the people of Palia. But now it's kind of made an unexpected side effect, and Shane has brought a lot of comfort and acceptance to the player base. There could be controversies with romancing a religious figure, but many priesthoods do allow marriage and relationships, and it could be very interesting to explore that in Palia. He is very reserved, almost a little too reserved, and isn't comfortable showing his emotions, and romance could definitely allow him to open up and explore that and understand that it is okay to feel things and talk about things outside of his faith-based understanding of the world. So, not sure if Palia will ever add Shane's romance in, but I would very much be interested to see what that route looks like. Kalluri is cold and overprotective of her library, but it also holds a lot of her charm. There are several quests where you help her collect and uncover overdue books from some of the younger cast of characters. She can come off as extremely cold, but her love of books is a misunderstanding, as is her dislike of people. There are definitely times where the player in Kalluri can talk about books and we get a glimpse of her enthusiastic, nerdy personality. A romance with her could be very sweet, just as we melt her closed-off heart. Going along with Kalluri, let's talk about Eloisa. She is Kalluri's sister and is completely obsessed with a capital O with supernatural entities, otherworldly creatures, and the paranormal, i.e. aliens. She is quirky, opinionated, one-track minded, and extremely ready to share her interests with anyone who will listen. And a lot of these attributes are kind of the same as Kalluri's. The sisters are extremely similar, which is kind of the basis of a lot of the arguments that they have. I love how sure of herself Eloisa is and how much she repeats to the player to never let anybody tell you what to think or what to believe. And I think a romance with her could definitely deepen that confidence and help build it. And it could maybe build the confidence in players as well. There are times when she argues with Kalluri over what is fact or what is correct, and she works so hard to prove herself. And it would be so sweet to have a relationship that doesn't need validation or proof or evidence to exist. The player could help Eloisa become comfortable with who she is, and maybe we get more wild quest lines out of it along the way. Let me go cryptid hunting with Eloisa. That would be so much fun. We kind of get a few of these quests, but if we actually find Mothman in Palia, that would be amazing. While he is a newly added NPC, Echelon is definitely in the running for new romanceable. He is introduced during the Royal Highlands story update that came out in May 2026, and while we don't know a whole lot about him, we do see that he is extremely smart, clever, and not afraid to bend the rules when necessary. We've gotten glimpses of characterization from Kenyatta, who talks about a cousin residing in Bahari City, and we get a little bit of insight into the family dynamics. While Echelon comes off as suave and put together, we definitely see glimpses of a mischievous side. Not much is known about his intentions in the Royal Highlands, and that makes romance with him all the more enticing. He seems like the character to keep walls up even among friends, but a closer relationship with him may reveal a deep caring inside. I can definitely see us diving into the strained relationship that he has with his family and helping him open up and make decisions for himself that aren't dictated by his status or by his mother. And finally, let's talk about Ashura. He runs the Ormuz Horn Inn in Kilima and is one of the first NPCs the player interacts with. He helps us with foraging equipment and recipes, and over time we get glimpses of his past before moving to Palia. He served in the Umbran War, and his military was his actual first path. Paths in this game are kind of like guideposts or very important career paths. It's very rare for people in Palia to deviate from that path or even change it. So it's very interesting that Ashura actually made a conscious decision to change his path and leave the military life behind. During the Umbra War, he did meet his late wife, Subine, who kind of helped him through a lot of the hurt and the experiences that he had during the war. They settle down in Palia and they have a son together. Sabine and Ashura had many happy years together before she ended up passing away, and that leads to a lot of baggage for Ashura. There are also many quests and dialogues that allude to his strained relationship with his son. Naru chose to follow the military path that his father and the rest of their family has, and after the experiences Ashura has had, he wanted to keep his son from those horrors. There's a lot of hurt within Ashura, but there's also a lot of hope as he tries to reconcile and reconnect with his son and granddaughter. There's a very touching quest where Ashura asks the player which letter he should send to his son. He isn't quite sure on how to communicate his feelings and his experiences, but he wants to do his best to mend that relationship, and it's a very touching moment. Romance with Ashura would be extremely touching and emotional, and it wouldn't be about forcing him to forget his wife. That's not the intention. It would be a chance for him to heal and kind of accept what's happened and move on. He still holds on to the memories of his wife. Her picture is hanging in the inn, and he has a shrine for her in his room. So he still is very much in his grief, and I think a new romance could help him come to terms with that and maybe heal. We could definitely explore more of his relationship with his son and bring Ashura some closure after all of those years. So there you have it. Are there any characters you wish you could romance in Palia? Or do you actually think we don't need additional romance options? Are you like me, who is still making your way through all the friendship quests? Or have you finished all of the character arcs and are waiting for more? Let me know in the comments below. Which characters have stuck with you? And are there any characters that you absolutely dislike? And make sure to subscribe for more Palia and cozy related content. I make reaction videos, cozy game first looks, ASMR, and I live stream several times a week. We also have a Discord, so be sure to join to connect with other people and share game screenshots and very important cat photos. I hope you all have a lovely evening, afternoon, morning, whatever it is for you, and I will see you guys in the next one.